Hey, Upper Cervical family, it's Dr. Tedder.
And Dr. Cave.
And we wanted to chat with you guys a little bit today about healing. I think that when we deal with patients on a regular basis, one of the topics I would say, or probably one of the most miscommunicated ideas in healthcare is that health is a destination, meaning if I don't feel bad, I'm healthy. If I feel bad, I'm sick. If I take this pill, I'm healthy. If I take a medicine and my blood pressure is normal, I'm healthy. We have these destination kind of thought processes, and that's not really how the body works. The body's either moving forward or it's moving backwards. You're either green and growing, or you're ripe and you're rotting. I mean, you don't really just kind of have one thing you're at. So the body, clinically, we know has to have an ongoing attention. You know, it's much like your car. You know, if Dr. Cave over here has a brand new car and he spends $200,000 on a Ferrari, but he doesn't put oil in it, then the car's not going to work, right? If he doesn't do an ongoing maintenance to it, it's gonna fall apart, right?
Fall apart, absolutely.
And so, no matter how nice the car is or how much money he spends on the car, or vice versa, you could have a car that's 32 years old. You paid $100 for it. If you don't maintain it, it's not going to work, right?
Fall apart. It's kind of like when you go to the gym. You know, I like to relate this to patients every once in a while. When you go to the gym and you get a nice six-pack abs and you're so proud of yourself, you're like, man, I made it. I'm here. This is what I was going for. And then you stop going to the gym and you start eating terrible. What happens?
You lose your abs.
You lose your abs, right? So you got to continue to maintain that and work at that. And with health, with what we do, it's the same thing. It's not a once I get there, I'm done and we're good forever, right?
Yeah, and that's a great idea with the ab thing, because what makes me think about is a flower. You know, what's the difference between a wilted flower and a beautiful flower? You know, a rose. You know, if I have a rose that's wilted and one that's beautiful, they're both alive.
Yeah.
But what's the difference? Why is this one very, very pretty and this one's all kind of not pretty?
It's got all the right things in the environment that it needs.
Right. And it's not one thing, right?
Yeah.
And for that wilted flower, can it come back to life again? Yeah. If you give it what it needs. And if we don't give this one what it needs,
it's going to turn into
it's going to turn it around. So when it comes to health in our practice, one of the things that we want you guys to understand is that you can eat all the healthy foods in the world, but if your stomach can't comprehend it, it doesn't matter. You can go to the gym and work out 6 hours a day, but if you're not feeding your body nutrients, you're really hurting yourself, right? So when it comes to chiropractic care, when it comes to upper cervical care, there's really not a destination. And I'll tell you why. Is because when I start asking questions of how the body works, my first question is that, you know, what is health? And to me, health is function. You know, if my brain's functioning good, if my heart's functioning good, if my stomach is functioning good, it's going to carry on its normal processes, right?
Even if you're feeling bad, right?
Even if you're feeling bad, right? So if I eat a bad piece of sushi today, my healthy stomach, if it's functioning 100%, is going to make me throw up.
Exactly.
And that's not sickness. That's actually health, where my body's getting rid of the toxicity.
Yeah.
Really, what's wrong is if my body can't do that, then we're going to really get sick, right?
Exactly.
So this is the other question, Dr. Cave. If function is health, what part of our bodies control function?
That's a great question, and we get that all the time, and it's actually what we spend our time focusing on in this office, right? It's the brain stem. You know, we ask the question, most people say the brain, and more specifically, it is the brain stem. That's what controls the connection between the brain and the body, right? And that's what ultimately dictates how well your body functions, and therefore how healthy you are.
So health is how we function. We know the brainstem clinically is what controls function in the body. It tells your ears, nose, eyes, liver, hormone. It tells everything in the body what to do. Then the question is that if the nervous system is what creates health in the body, then what should be our number one focus if we want to be healthy?
We got to maintain optimal function of that brainstem and nervous system.
There you go. So that's why chiropractic care or ongoing upper cervical care, you know, in our office we have two types of care. We have somebody initially comes to us with 30, 40 years of damage. We've got to put them under a corrective care model to get their spine stable and get their nervous system stable. Once we stabilize that thing, then the real magic happens. We're able to take them into what we call a maintenance care, if you will. And we go online, our ongoing periodic checkups like Dr. Cave and I do. You know, we just got checked today. I just checked him 10 minutes ago. I want to make sure his brainstem is firing on all cylinders because I want him to be not only good today, but I want his body to constantly be getting better, and so does he. And so when you come into looking at health, just like the flower, just like the six-pack abs, just like a car, you know, your body needs ongoing maintenance to make sure that it's functioning and optimally healing and doing what it needs to do. You've got to go to the brainstem first. And of course, you've got to put good nutrients in your body. And of course, you've got to move. You've got to exercise. That's a nutrient. It's not like I need to lose weight. You've got to move. God created this human being body to move. And then you also got to surround yourself with an environment that's proactive. You know, if you're in a constant negative environment, your body's going to produce disease. But this is the thing. It's just like a flower. If I give a flower sunlight, but I don't put it in soil, it's still going to die. If I put it in great soil and no sunlight, it's going to die. If I don't water it, it's going to die. So you need all components for that flower to look beautiful. Your body's very much the same. You've got to have upper cervical care. You've got to have good food. You've got to have good nutrition. You've got to have good exercise. You've got to be in a good environment.
Got to rest.
You got to rest. You've got to heal. You got to have downtime, right?
Yeah.
Especially in this world that we live in, where stress is 90 to nothing. You've got to have that downtime. So we just wanted to send you a video today because that's a topic that we repeat ourselves ongoing in the office 100 times a day. And we thought that we'd just kind of bring that together and share our thoughts on that and let you know that really health and healing is not a destination kind of thing. It's an ongoing thing because we don't want you losing your six-pack ab.
That's right.
Just one ab.
Just one.
One ab. Some of us have one ab, right? But no, this is the reality. And by the way, you can have six-pack abs and be extremely sick, right? Yeah. And you can have one ab and be extremely healthy.
Yeah.
It all comes down to how you're functioning. So hey, listen guys, stick with your care, spread the word, teach people about upper cervical care, bring them in the office. There's a lot of sick people out there. There's a lot of people trying to get healthy and their brain stems are just firing nowhere. They're just not there. They're not functioning. They're not producing any kind of output.
And they don't even know why. Like they don't
know why. They're spinning their wheels. And so we don't know your personal people. We don't know. We don't go to church with you. We don't go to work with you. We don't do all these things. But yet, I can guarantee you that you all know somebody that's on at least one medication. And what I share with my team is if somebody's on one medication, that means their body's not functioning well. Right? I don't even care if their numbers come back normal on the medications. If you took them off the medications, they're going to have abnormal numbers again, which means their bodies aren't functioning. Yeah. So if you know somebody that's on a medication, do me a favor. Share upper cervical care with them. Get them to our orientation classes on Monday night. Bring them into the office and get a checkup. Let's help our community become healthier. Let's help our community live outrageously healthy lives.
Absolutely.
All right? Thank you guys very much. We'll see you guys on your next visit.